All right, hello and welcome to a special Get in Tune tonight. I got two very fun guys coming on. You can say they're crazy. They have a great book up on Kickstarter, which they're going to come and talk about. It's actually the second issue. They had a successful campaign, Kickstarter campaign for the first book, and they're getting a successful campaign for the second. So let's bring them on. From Catch Da Craze and the creators of Catch the CRAZEES, the comic, we got Sam and George.
What's up, Mike?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Oh, just living the life over here. We're here playing with my stickers.
Awesome. I'm gonna pop on the bomb. You guys, Catch the Craze is their podcast where they interview indies, not just in comics, but in film, music, everything, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. I already threw in the comments a link to their Kickstarter, which is going very well for you guys. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So this is your second book.
Second issue number 2.
Second issue of the book. So for those who don't know about Catch the CRAZEES, which is the book, tell us about or give us a little, if you can, a summary or a little pitch for the first issue so they know what to expect in the second. Or is it a different story that they're not sequential?
No, they're sequential.
Okay.
It's a series.
Okay.
And so I'll let George give you the pitch.
All right.
So basically, it's the story of two podcasters who are trying to make their podcast the #1 podcast in the world. Mm-hmm. And so they summon the help of a supernatural being that suddenly turns everything into basically just mayhem, because you got to be careful what you wish for, essentially.
Yes.
And so the story takes off from there.
All right. And your first book was funded in almost the full 30 days.
Yeah.
But
that was a mission. That was a mission.
It's like Mission Impossible.
Those 30 days felt like 5 years of my life.
I could imagine. I've never run a Kickstarter, but I have plans in the future, and I'm just already nervous for the stress I'm going to have.
It's so stressful, Mike. You should totally do it. You should totally do it.
Thank you, because that's what I need in my life more. And your second Kickstarter, which you've only asked for $1,250 to do the second issue, you have surpassed already, and in 4 days you were funded. You are actually now at $2,480 with only 25 backers.
Yes.
And 18 days to go. That is like really awesome.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you want to give away anything about issue 1, because I know you want people to still buy it. But anything that you can tell us about issue 1 that will excite us about getting into issue 2.
Go ahead, Sammy.
Yeah. So here's the dealio. So it's our story with a twist. So it follows the timeline of George and Sam during the height of Catch Da Craze podcast, and when we were publishing independently, Crazy Comics. And in fact, I got some of the stuff we published here that I'll show up in a minute. But so years ago, George and I met at the School of Visual Arts at a life drawing class. We started talking. I was like, "Hey, you want to join me? On to produce Crazy Comics." He joined. We were doing it, and I was like, you know what? I want to take it to the next level. So I started Catch Da Craze. We started doing the podcast. Had a lot of success in the comic book community. We hosting award show at the New York Comic Con, sponsoring indie after parties at the Twins Club during the New York Comic Cons. Getting a lot of attention from the media, national TV, newspapers, radio, and then I walk away. And I leave. George stays in the game, and he assumes a new brand with a couple of other guys that were part of their crew in the beginning. And, I'm not happy. I'm doing a 9 to 5. I'm grinding, and all I keep thinking about is the comics and podcasting and where my heart's calling me. And George is going through that grind, that hustle, and people are acting up. So then we hook up and start talking, and I was like, "Yo, let's do it." And so we brought Catch the Craze back. The difference is the same success we had in the beginning, we're not having when we start. And so we find that we're no longer a couple of podcasters in an ocean of endless possibilities to now one of millions in an ocean that is just heavily polluted. So how do you navigate through that? And so then you compound that with the fact that we're being taunted by a rival podcasters that took a play on our name, Catch the Craze, and they call themselves We Are the Craze. And so they're constantly taunting. We're not getting the results. Sam loses his mind, goes off into the forest, challenges the universe, and like George says, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it, and unleashes the supernatural, which we're going to live to regret, which is why we have to catch the crazies.
Okay. Interesting. I like that. Now, number one, I just want to go quickly to the comments and just say hi to Mike Wilkie, who is a regular viewer. So thank you for watching, and a great cartoonist on his own. And just to give him a little pitch, this Saturday on my Storytelling Saturdays, he's going to be on, and we're going to talk about single panel gag strips. He does a lot of great single panel gags. So, so I just want to give him a little shout out. Thanks for watching. Let's get back to your story though. So you guys, so it's a little semi-autobiographical, a little,
yes,
which is great. You know, they say write what you know, so you're writing from life. And now, so what happens is when you kind of challenge the universe, these crazies appear, and your job is basically to collect them. Are you making them vanish? What do you know? If you just don't mind me asking, what?
So we're not going to give too much away, Michael.
Yeah, I don't want you to. I want just enough to whet our appetite.
Spoiler alert. So in issue 2, what happens is Sam reaches his boiling point, and in issue 2 is when Sam goes and challenges the universe. So and if you've been watching, you know that the supernatural is the crazy man. If you've been watching the skits and the promos, and it's the crazy man who unleashes, who has a bright idea. He's not that bright, but he had a bright idea, right? And he convinces the elders. So I can tell you this: they come from an alternate universe. It's called Elsewhere, and there are 7 realms within the Elsewhere, and it's a whole nother story there.
Okay.
And you get an insight into that in issue 2.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think part of the whole thing, we're making it an ongoing series, but basically the Catch the Crazies, it's almost like an 8-parter is what we're kind of working with, as far as like the introduction of the characters and catching the crazies, introducing the crazies, and then letting them go into their own book, so to speak. So you're gonna get. I mean, every Kickstarter we do is gonna be an issue of the Kickstarter. So we're on Kickstarter 1 was issue 1, Kickstarter 2 is issue 2, Kickstarter 3 will be issue 3, and so forth. And in each Kickstarter, you'll get to know a little bit more about the story. And if you look at the Kickstarter, we designed it so that the rewards basically speak to the story itself. So as you're looking through the rewards, you'll get a sense of the story that we're trying to tell.
All right, that's great, because we're actually going to look. I have the website on my Cintiq monitor in front of me. That's why sometimes I look down, because I'm looking at that. But you actually answered my next question, was how long do you plan this series to be? So the main story is probably going to be about 8 issues, is what you're telling me, and then you're going to, go into
between 8 to 10 issues.
Okay, 8 to 10 issues.
8 to 10 issues. It all depends, but it breaks off into the crazies. That's the whole goal of the entire series, is to spin off into their own title. If similar to what I did with There's Nailing in My Toilet, it was a limited edition series, and then it spun off into Hi, I'm Duty from Uranus. And so, which, so just want to say, so that way for anybody who doesn't know what I do or who I am or what George does, I just want to give a little history.
I was actually gonna get to that because I usually do that in the beginning and I totally forgot.
Yeah.
So let's use this right now. Go for it.
So originally I was known for my first book ever produced independently was Cosmic Wars. And this is the book right here, Cosmic Wars. And this was issue 0, and this was
I'm going to give you the full screen.
Issue 1.
Okay.
And then here's was another issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had it collected into this. It's a double spread cover.
Okay.
So it was collected into that. That was the first thing I produced independently through my banner, Crazy Comics. The second thing was Forbidden. And Forbidden was illustrated by Anibal Arroyo. And this was just the special edition black and white cover. Mm-hmm. We got 4 bullets on silverbullets.com when they were one of the big names back then. Here is another cover. This cover was done by David Quiles, the Wolf.
Okay.
And this was the Forbidden sketchbook from back in the days.
Nice.
And then Forbidden took a hit because I started producing There's an Alien on My Toilet. And this was the first cover. This cover was illustrated by George the Dreamer Medina. For those of you who don't know that he can draw, there is his artistic chops right there. So that was issue 1, which was called First Flush. Second issue is I See Red People. The third issue was I Chihuahua. The fourth issue, this one was also illustrated by the cover was done by George, was Gotcha. And the 5th issue was Who Me. And it was so popular at the Comic Cons that I had a Rambo cover, an alternate cover of Rambo cover of Duty, and I also had a Matrix cover of Duty. And then this was the first issue of the spinoff title, I Am Duty from Uranus, where he comes back to Earth because he believes Santa Claus is the leader of Earth. He has to infiltrate his camp and take Santa out. And then it was collected into this, which was distributed in Barnes & Nobles, Borders, Target. And we've got all those. These are all the reviews back there from Newsarama and everybody. And then this was an alternate white cover of collected trade paperback. So those were the books I was known for. And then the kids' books. So I've been around a little bit. I had the Oogly Booglies. This was I wrote this, but illustrated by David the Wolf Quiles.
Okay.
Arg, written and illustrated by me. Then there's Duty's Adventures. So I tell the story of Duty as a kid, where he goes up against the diabolical egomaniac overlord nemesis Poo Poo. And then there's the Complete Guide to Duty. And then there's Mandy Pandy in the Curfew. There's another children's book. There's The Adventures of Cosmic Gorf. This was written by me, the covers by me, and then the arts by Masiak and Pro. Mandy Pandy was illustrated by Hector Rodriguez. I just wanted to give him a shout out.
Hector's great.
And then there's Scary Airy that I wrote, but I actually outsourced to Big Cat Studios, who did that. Then I had the full-size cover of the full book. And then Scary Airy. So I have a good.
It's funny because when Mike, when you said, "Do you guys want to talk about anything else?" Sam was really quiet, and all of a sudden he just put it.
I became Parrot Top, and I went and started pulling things out.
It's like.
Do you just like take a book? You like that's all on one shelf. You just
what's funny is that I've done all these podcasts and I never talked about my body. And I was like, so that people know that we just didn't come out of nowhere. We're podcasters and say, let's create a comic book. We've been in the game for a little bit, just a little bit.
I see that. That's fantastic.
That's great.
So I'm looking at the comments. First of all, Sebastian, who we all know, says epic crossover happening, which thank you. I appreciate that. This is going to be a fun night. Always is with these two.
Sebastian
and then he says,
is awesome.
That catalog.
He was busy.
Yeah.
Yo, big shout out to Sebastian, man. Sebastian Bonet and their Nerds of the Round podcast. That thing is great. It's great.
Go ahead.
No.
Every time I see nerds, I get a niche.
I do want to say about them. I gotta ask. I don't know. Maybe you can answer, Sebastian, in the comments. On February 10th, I don't know if it's live, but I'm going to be on their podcast. I don't know if it's
Nice.
Nerds of the Round or whatever. Or is it Nerds of the Round for them? Or I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Nerds of the
Okay,
Round,
I don't know if it's live or not, but I've been invited on, and it's great.
It's a Tuesday, it probably is.
Wednesday I'm doing because
Okay, I'm not sure.
the 10th is my birthday, so it's a birthday celebration.
Oh,
So yeah, it's
happy
going to be
birthday,
great.
man.
Thank you. On February 10th. Yeah, I'm actually. I think that's going to be cool being on the podcast for my birthday. So
Yes, that'll be
Okay.
great. Oh, they're
we're
going live
just for me, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. I better watch
George
my mouth.
Sing to you too.
That's fine. I already talked to him and told him what I wanted on the show for my birthday.
Oh, that's great, man.
So, but yeah. So, George, do you have any books you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, I didn't know it was a show and tell. All I have is this. I thought this is what we were here for.
We were, but just let everybody know that let me here.
Yeah, well, talk if you have any anything you want to grab, anything close by.
No, well, like Sam was saying, we've been working together for a long time, and the book that actually I worked with, not with him, but when I was under Crazy Comics, was Russ 5377, which is the book that I've released. Then I've released 6 issues of it in the graphic novel, so I have that out. And then The Adventures of Wonder Duck, which I've spoken about on your show.
Yeah.
And funny enough, and I don't know, I guess we'll get to stretch goals at a later time, but I'll wait. I'll let you do your thing there, Mike.
All right. No. I mean, if you want to talk about it, I can go to the Kickstarter right now and show the audience if you want to do that now.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my but Sam had a lot of time. I just want to give you enough
Oh yeah, no worries, man. I'm
good.
We're doing this. This is good. I like it. I actually it was fun to walk down memory lane with Sam. You stop to think. I'm like, damn, I didn't realize you had that many books. But
right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
One of the books you showed, Sam, was by Empro. The last name is Empro. He's actually the gentleman who put together the look of these guys. Yes. He's actually the artist that kind of Sam created them, but he sent in the design for these guys, and he did an awesome job doing them.
It was unfortunate that he pulled out because he was the one who originally supposed to do the book, and that's nice.
And who's, if you don't mind me asking, who's writing the book? I know George, you're more of the writer these days.
Yeah.
Are you writing the story, or are you writing it together?
So we're writing it together. So basically what happens is Sam sent me, when he first created this thing, he sent me like this small little just like a plot summary of what the story's about. And then we sat down and we conversed and we went over what he wrote and everything like that. And then I broke that down into like 4 just subplots of each, like what each book would be about. And then we talked about that. He made some corrections. All right, we should add this, we should add that. Oh, that's great, And then I went from there. I start writing the scripts. I write the scripts. I send them over to Sam. Sam reviews them, and Sam's got a voice in his head for each character, right? As the creator of the character, he knows what Psycho's going to sound like. He knows what Super is going to sound like. So he's got all of these voices. And my favorite, though, I don't even. Oh, here he is. So this guy right here has just taken over. Like the crazy man is just the guy. So when I send him scripts, I'll write them out. I'll write dialogue, and then he'll send them back. He's like, I think he should be saying this, and boom, 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 boom. He writes what whatever dialogue he thinks should be said. And then when we do these read-throughs together, we just crack up because we get into character. He's acting them out and everything like that. So it's just a fun way to create, and I think we have a very good process for creating. So I'll write the initial script, and then Sam will come in and just sprinkle some more of that magic in there.
That guy's taking over all the promos.
It made them crazy. Yeah, I've watched a few of those things.
Yeah.
So that's great. And Sam, right now you're doing the artwork, or do you have someone else doing the art?
So JC Grande is doing the artwork for issues 1 through 4. I take over after that. Okay,
because I've saw a couple. I think it was 1, maybe 2 videos you did about drawing the characters.
Yeah. So what I've done is, so what started me on that, it's because the look of the crazies are very specific, and so for me, so I created for JC because he's a traditional artist, and the crazies are anatomically incorrect, so like oversized heads, oversized hands, big feet, whatever, skinny little bodies. If you put it's like a toothpick with an apple on it, it's gonna fall over, but they work in the cartoon. And so I created a how-to guide to draw the crazies. Just super simple. What type of shape should be for this? What shape? And then I just said, you know what? Let me just master the look in my style of the characters. And so then that's why I draw every day, just to adjust and make sure the look is, because I'm also developing the characters for the Seven Realms, and there's a whole lot of characters. And so just coming up with the look. And so when issue 4 comes, I'm going to outsource for colorist because I can't do it all. But I will take over the illustration chops.
And are you going to be doing, just curious, digital, or are you?
It'll be all digital. It'll be all on, because it's faster for me that way.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, because I got tired of investing in a flatbed scanner. I had the Mustech 11x17, the tabloid size, and I've had 3 over the years, and for some reason there's an expiration date. They just clonk out at a certain point.
I know. I had.
When I'm done, I'm not giving you my money, Mustech. You're scamming me like Apple is. So I'm moving on.
That was my issue too for making the jump. I had this beautiful Epson. It was able to scan like 13x19, and then like a week after the warranty ended, it died.
Hit the button.
And I was like, I'm able to print, but I can't do. And then one day it just became a giant brick, and I'm like, I can't do it. So I tossed it, and just for about a month, I was bringing my stuff to like Staples and using their photocopier to scan in PDFs and bring them home. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I made the jump and I started drawing. Not that I didn't work digitally, but I really only colored and lettered digitally. So now I do basically all my work.
Yeah, and I got tired of the extra step because I started taking the photo with my camera. You got to make sure the lighting's right. You got to make sure that the camera's straight. All that. I was like, oh hell no. Yeah. So when I decided
you get that big shadow over the picture too when you're taking it, big shadow over it.
Yeah. So when I decided to move my studio, I sold some of my old equipment and I bought this Cintiq 24 HD.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I got the 27-inch in front of me. I love it. It's beautiful. And
there's no lag on the pen either, from what I see from you guys. Like it's as if you're drawing on actual paper.
Yeah, you know what? I will say the occasional, when I'm streaming, there's an occasional lag for during streaming. But when I'm working and I'm not like hooked up to visuals and stuff, it works out well. Like I've noticed, because I use Clip Studio Paint mostly for my drawings. I do use Photoshop, but I'm more of a Clip Studio Paint guy. Yeah. And if I'm streaming, Clip Studio Paint doesn't stream well. It doesn't even record well. Wow. It's Photoshop. I have to do a lot of the stuff in for my recordings.
Do you letter in Clip Studio Art, Mike?
I have, but I have my work process was always kind of Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. Draw, color, illustrate. Lettering, all lettering, special. The text effects, all that in Illustrator, and then bring it to InDesign. And that was my process. So when I do my Wiz comic, everything's done in Clip Studio. Okay. I just go straight to that. But when I'm doing like comic book pages, I have that process. So anyway, let's not sidetrack and talk about it. This is about you guys tonight. So hold on. Sebastian says, yes, the horror stories are trying to take picture of art. I will say this.
Yeah.
I love traditional art so much that sometimes I'll draw a character in a pose. And I will photograph and I'll airdrop it. And I've done this with scenes. And I airdrop it to my Mac. And then I lay it out in Photoshop. So if I have to scale it up and it gets a little distorted, that's fine because I know I'm going to use it just to kind of trace as a reference. And then I'll turn the perspective. And it's nice because if I screw up the position of the head, I can cut the head, rotate it, use like a, like the distort or whatever. So I'll put that out. And then, like I said, I like Clip Studio Paint. So I'll bring it in because I don't like the way Clip Studio Paint's distort and their transform tools work too well. But each their own there. Let's again stop talking about me, although I could do it for hours. It's my favorite topic. But let's share the screen. Let's bring us into your stuff right here. So this is your Kickstarter. By the way, congratulations for doing it in 4 days, and you've basically doubled.
Yeah, that was amazing, man. When we saw that number, we're like, what the heck?
Yep.
But yeah, no, thank you to everybody who supported and everybody who's been following us, and we're very thankful for it.
Do you mind if we watch this video?
No, let's do it.
Okay,
Brutus.
All right. I hope the audio plays. It should. Hold on. I tried to bring it full screen, but it didn't work. So let's just go at regular size.
You can do it inside the box.
Yeah, no, hold on. It seems that the picture disappeared. Let me see. Why is that happening now? Hold on. Let me stop the screen share, and I'll re-share it again. Okay, allow. All right.
There we go.
And let's get to the other monitor. And I'm just going to watch it in the small because I tried to expand it from here, and that's when it went black. So. All right. That was fantastic.
I think you're the only one who was able to hear it.
Oh, you guys didn't hear it?
No.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. Well,
that's all right.
Guys, let me ask you, who was doing the voiceover?
I think Sam, you did that voiceover, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, I apologize. Go after this show, not only just to donate, but to rewatch the video, because you guys should have told me there was no sound.
No, that's all right. I was actually enjoying the visuals for it.
Okay.
We worked. Sam's reworked the video a bit. Like, I think, how long was it the first time you did it, Sam? Like 8 minutes?
The first one was 8 minutes. Second one was 4.5 minutes. The third one's 1.5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been cut down. So, I mean, just for anybody who's doing future Kickstarters, and even for you, Mike, we've read them and through research and, obviously trial and error, the shorter the better.
Yeah.
On those videos.
I've always, although this goes usually for an hour or sometimes a little longer, I've always said YouTube videos, for information should be no more than 3 minutes.
Right.
That's kind of how I look at it. After that, people kind of
you lose them. That's it.
Yeah.
You're done. Yeah, you're done.
I want to say, first of all, I love the artwork. Did you guys edit that video, or did you have someone else do it?
I did.
Sammy edited it.
You edited it? Okay, that's cool. What'd you, if you don't mind me asking, just artist-wise, what did you edit with?
I edited with what did I use? I use Filmora.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've never used it, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
No,
it adds like cool effects in there too. So that's a nice little program.
Yeah, I used to prior to me getting this new iMac. The problem is all of my, whether it's After Effects, my 3D Studio Max, everything I used to have, when Apple upgrades, they become obsolete, and I can't
Yeah.
use it with the new operating system. So I stopped investing in Apple in that, and so with this stuff, it's cheaper, and I can get a lot more done.
Okay, yeah, no, totally. That's great. I'll have to look into it. I do have the Adobe software, and I do it because of my freelance, and
Yeah.
that's the way it works best for me. But I'm always looking for cheaper ways to, and ways to save money, especially when Adobe's charging you what, 30 something dollars a
A
month,
month, a
and you
month.
pay, yeah,
I,
it's
I
That's
miss
why I
those
use
CDs. I miss the CDs, man.
yeah,
that's
but
why I use Infinity Photo.
and Clip Studio Paint. I mean, everything is now everything's subscription based. So I have to pay like if I have it on my iPad, and I have to pay a subscription. It's like 15
Yeah.
a month for the one I use, or
Right, right.
$8 a month. I don't remember what it is, but I technically have two Clip Studio accounts. I have one that's on my Mac and my Microsoft Surface, and then I got one that I have to buy for my iPad. So no matter where I'm working, I have access to it.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean this is really cool. I love the art. I love the sound. I got to ask, George, was that
Yeah.
you doing your voice in that, or was that Sam doing your voice?
No, it was me doing my
That was you.
voice.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. All right, you guys got to watch this. It was very entertaining. I'm sorry I didn't have sound. I'm thinking it's because I'm on headsets and I need to switch probably my audio output to my Mac speakers so you guys can hear it. But that's good to know for future reference for me. So, I do apologize.
Trial and error.
Yeah, I do apologize. But let's go through these. Let's go through your rewards here. Let's go more down the rewards. Here we go. First of all, I love this cover. This is the one you inked live, right? Sam
was working on that one.
Yes, I actually illustrated it during our live Kickstarter launch when we had an audience and we're taking ideas, and then John just got a little crazy on us, and so I decided. So initially it was going to start out the crazies chasing George, myself, and the crazy man.
Mm-hmm.
Then somehow I saw a line across the page that I did by mistake, and I said, "Oh, let me just put the vehicle there, the bus there, have them busting through the windows." But that's the crazies right there, and I colored it during my live show, the last couple shows.
And you said this is in what, Infinity? Was it
Affinity Photo? Yeah,
Infinity Photo.
I do everything in there that I did in Photoshop.
Yeah,
for $50.
So
$50, and I own it.
Yeah.
Nice. So this pinup, mics, just so everybody knows, we're about $20 away from everybody getting this pinup for free. So
awesome.
This is going to be, it's one of our stretch goals. We didn't expect to get to this number so fast. So a lot of our stretch goals are still being put up there. But once we reach the, once we reach the 3,000, I lied to you guys, I'm sorry. Once we reach $3,000, this will be one of the, this pinup will go to everybody who pledged $10 and above. So that's one of our stretch goals.
Yeah, that's great. I'm just reading. So you have a $5 pledge where you meet. So you're meeting in each goal. You're meeting a crazy, from what I understand. Correct.
A character, a cast member. Let's call it.
Yeah.
So Herb, if you read into the if you read the the description, he's our clumsy board operator on the show. He's the one that's supposed to be helping us with the sound, but he always messes something up. So we basically gave each reward a little story, and each one tells a little bit about what the character does or who he is in the story.
Right. Now I'm looking. Okay, so to kind of go through to let people know what they get. So you get a PDF for the $5 of the book with your name and a thank you on the page.
Correct.
For the $10, you get the PDF, your name, and a choice of any of the Catch the Craze. What is that? Character, a sticker of them. So if I said I wanted Chad, do I get to pick that, or?
Yes.
Okay, so it's okay.
Yeah, there's a little note here. Some of the members are not photographed because we haven't actually sent those. These are from our first Kickstarter. Some of these guys that I'm showing up on the screen. But yeah, so Chad, Dennis, any of those characters will also be on the as part of that.
So for $20, you get the PDF, you get your name, you get the sticker, and a printed copy of of issue 2, which is great. 40, you get all the same stuff, but printed copies of 1 and 2.
Correct. So for anybody who missed issue 1, this is your chance to get
which
both.
is
and
where I need to go, because I honestly I interviewed, I think Sam was on for that one. You couldn't do it, and I'm like, I'm gonna donate, and then just time got away from me, and I totally forgot to donate, and I need an issue 1.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
I do. So that might be my range. I'll see.
Yeah.
But I want to, the Elder, you get all that. You get the Catch Da Craze, so you get a printed copy of 2 print, and then PDF of the script and notes, and 11x17 poster. Is this the poster that you're talking about? Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. And then $100.
The one that is actually inside. It's with the Crazy Man and the Crazy and the big moon in the background. That's what you'll be getting. That's the pinup you'll be getting. So if you scroll down, it's at the bottom. Yeah.
This one.
Okay. No, keep going. Keep going.
Oh, sorry.
That's the cover.
Keep going. Yes.
I'm loving this art here and looking at it.
This is some of the interior art.
Yeah. You guys know. I draw a lot of different things, but my go-to is silly, funny.
Me too. I love that stuff.
And to see this, which you don't see in a lot of comics, especially in the mainstream, mostly in indie. Mm-hmm. You guys are it's nice and refreshing to see this, and not that I don't like superheroes or those type of books, but it's different, and like I said, it's refreshing to see a what's it called, picture, piece like that. So we're looking the Herb reward, and
so that's the pin up there. You see it?
Right here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this is everything on the token reward, which I was that the one I was about to read. So $100. I'll just read it here. So all the other stuff and the new stuff is a variant cover drawn by Daphne Lage, and you get the sketchbook for volume 2 and a sketch card choice by Sam, which is great. So Sam, you're drawing the sketch cards?
Yep, I did. I think 16 of them or 18 of them last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's cracking them out.
It's no. Listen, this right here, whether I don't know too much about your day work, but if you guys have daytime jobs, this is a complete second plus third job.
Yes.
In addition, because you not only have your day job, which I have a day job, and and part of my day job sometimes is freelancing, but then I come home and I'm in my studio working, whether I'm working on this show, which is a job where I'm writing to guests and I'm doing whatever, or I'm working on my comics or animation, which is a whole other thing. And then the advertising, it's like you wear so many hats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm a brokepreneur, buddy. December 5th, I became an unemployed brokepreneur, and now I'm doing this full time, trying to make my dreams a reality.
And
so
that's fantastic. Number one, I wish you both a lot of luck. But right now, since you're the what you use, the brokepreneur, I wish you a little bit more at the moment right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel I'm close to that. I have a day job, but it doesn't feel like I do sometimes when I see my paycheck. And if anybody's watching who I work with, I apologize.
Oh man.
So let's see. We go up to the 150. You get all the same stuff, but now you got a sketch card. Now you got a commission sketch. So you're gonna have blank sketch covers,
right?
And you got a T-shirt too. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And when you get the blank sketch cover, is Sam, you're going to be drawing on it, or is it going to be just a blank when you send to them and they can do their own?
No. I'll be drawing on it.
Okay. All right. George, you going to do any of the art for since you have your art background?
No. Well, not right now, but it's that thing where like it's just you almost get inspired. You're like, what? Maybe I should lift the pencil again and see what I got. But so right now, not for this Kickstarter anyway.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing work again from you. So let's hope that, because I enjoyed those covers.
Yeah, thank you.
So the next one here, instead of the T-shirt, if I'm reading this correctly, you
Mhm.
get a hoodie.
Yes.
And what's this? You write and we do the rest. What is that?
So go ahead, Sam. Tell them what it is.
So that is basically that's the what level is that, George?
250. So
That's
that's
We Are the Craze reward. Yes, that's the
we are the
other.
craze
That's
reward.
the
Yeah.
newest reward. So you get an opportunity to write one page for the Crazies, your own rendition. You could throw in any of your characters if you have characters, and I will illustrate it. It will be colored. It'll be in the book and printed
Okay.
in the book with your name, and you'll get featured on our show. You get all those crazy stuff. So it'll be pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And
Yeah,
you're
and I want to give
sorry.
a big shout out, Mike. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
Crystal Haskins, who
Okay.
actually picked that reward. She's currently writing the one pager, and Sam will be getting the script pretty soon, so that Sam can start drawing that as well. So he'll draw it, I'll letter it, and then we'll see about the coloring. But it's going to be in the book.
That
Yep.
sounds fantastic. I think
Yeah.
that's great. And you already unlocked 2 stretch goals.
Yes.
So everyone's going to receive a PDF of the issue 0 of Forbidden. Now, in case we don't know what is Forbidden, I think you mentioned that earlier, Sam, with one of your plethora there of of books.
You act it up. You act it up. Where is it?
where is that book? Where is that book?
Yeah, where is it?
I have so many. My catalog is crazy.
I've done so much work. It's so
It's somewhere in there.
Yes.
When we were doing that book back in the days, Michael, it was forbidden. We even translated that thing in Spanish.
Really?
Like we translated it in Spanish, and we did a few copies like that. But yeah, it was
The Spanish cover around here too.
yeah.
And my wife is keep pressuring me about converting the crazies into Spanish as well.
Yeah.
So Forbidden, basically, I'll just read you the synopsis in the beginning. It says, "So for centuries they've hidden, lost forever to the world, buried beneath the confines of a curse cast upon the sins of their fathers. Now one will challenge that very curse which has enslaved a people, standing in opposition of a mighty ruler, a revered king, defying all that has been built to protect them. One man, one vision, one chance to escape the evil and risk destroying everything. Walk with me as I take you on a journey into the forbidden." So that is basically is about the race of people. In fact, forbidden the collected trade will be out this year, but it's fully illustrated. It's over 150 pages. It's amazing. But
That's
forbidden,
fantastic.
yeah, forbidden is it's about a race of people that live underground. They've never evolved. The world has evolved. They've been cursed because soldiers went into the a forbidden forest, and when the forces that lived there asked for their heads,
Mhm.
the villagers and the rulers at that time said no, so they put a curse on them. The sun would make them burn alive, and so they ran underground, never to be seen again.
Mhm.
So um,
Excuse me.
there is a tale that says when they rise, the evil that has been living on Earth and evolving on Earth will be destroyed, and the son of Vox is the key to that. So they have to prevent the son of Vox from escaping the caverns, and then it spins off into a whole lot of stuff. And Anibal was the first artist; he was illustrating it. And then I have to find the other guy's name. I have his name is well, his Ifata or Santra. So
Sam's
then
pronunciation
so
of names.
I have a lot of. It's funny. You look at the cover. You see Vera, Ifata, Arroyos, Santra. Right. So you get all these crazy names. But so I have an amazing cover artist that did the cover for Forbidden, which is the trade paperback. The collected edition is beautiful. And then I hired an artist. I gotta remember where he was from. It's international, and he did an amazing job on the interiors. And George is on the final stages of lettering it,
great.
and it's to be collected into one big collected edition, hardback. It'll be in black and white because I just didn't have the. I'm a brokepreneur, so couldn't afford to get an artist. But I'm considering taking that to Indiegogo in the summer.
Now, what's your choice possibly for Indiegogo over Kickstarter with that?
To try a different platform, a different group of people. Apparently, there's like an there's like cliques. You know, it's like the Ducky Boys and the Wanderers. You know, it's like there's cliques. So it's like, so I want to see, you know, because Kickstarter's been our home for the CRAZEES, and I don't, you know, and I don't. So I'm gonna try in the summer to raise enough money to be able to hire a colorist to do all 100 and something pages, or just to print it and you know, get the ISBN number and the barcode and get it into stores.
All right, that sounds great.
So this stretch goal unlocks issue 0 of that story. So it's a nice little jumping on point.
And so you get it behind the scenes. You get a first issue.
That's awesome. I think that's great. And I want to talk about the next stretch goal, but I'm gonna let George talk about that one. All right. Only because I know this is your book. So go for it. Tell us about Wonder Duck.
So Wonder Duck is a book that I created way back when. I think I created this book back in the 90s. Big fan. I think I've told you before, Mike, and when I was on your show before, I was a big fan of the Disney Afternoon way back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
With you know, DuckTales and one character in that in that cartoon was a superhero, their superhero, Gizmo Duck. And so I was like, you know what? I want my duck. I want my superpowered duck. So I created Wonder Duck way back when. And the story basically follows an out-of-work actor who is ready to just quit and give it all up when suddenly he's struck by a super suit that falls from space. This super suit, though, has a dark secret where the creator of the suit, or the engineer of the suit, is actually a scientist who is now being chased out of his own alien planet for treason. So he sends this suit into space. It lands on Duke Dolbeek, who is the name of our out of work actor, and he becomes Wonder Duck. And so this is the first issue of the book. The book is a trade, and I wrote it in chapters. So issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is actually the first, I would say, 22 pages of the book that you're getting as a PDF to get on board with the story. And the book is actually on sale now. You can get it on my website at getyourmeds.com or darkfirepress.com, who is the publisher of the graphic novel at this point.
Yeah, that's great. And just speaking of Darkfire, we've had JM DeSantis on here, who runs Darkfire, and he's actually going to be coming on to one of my storytelling Saturdays in February. So that's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to.
His artwork is very cool, man. It's very his style is so different. Like I love it. I love his style of artwork. So that'll be fun.
And that's one of the things I try, because again, it's not like looking at the standard superhero stuff. Right. So when I see that, when I'm walking at a con, and you know, whether I'm doing the con or just walking the show, when I pass tables and I see something that just isn't, I don't want to use the term generic superheroes, but when it's just, when I see something that isn't superheroes, I stop. And I look. And I will say, if I saw any of these on the table, I would stop and look at all of them.
Thanks, Mike.
You know,
I appreciate that.
This is looking great. You know, now you're almost, well, you got a little bit more, but you got not $20, right? What is it?
It's about $20. So we're at
$20.
$20
you're at
from $2,500.
Yeah. So that is great. And then everyone will receive the PDF 0 issue of Cosmic Wars, which Sam, you talked about earlier, but do you want to just give us, I don't know if you told us a little pitch on it. You want to pitch that to us?
Yes, I'll give it to you right here. Let's see. I like to read. So I'll just give you so imagine a universe filled with many life forms and legendary worlds with sinister histories. Worlds where magic and science collide, changing the pattern of evolution. Imagine a dangerous legion brought on by the deadly ambitions of a ruthless tyrant whose demise would not kill the legacy of evil. A universe where an army of rogues lay impatiently for the downfall of the latest ruler of the Dark Throne. Imagine a lone planet holding on to the dream of a free galaxy, championed by a warrior bred for war. This lone figure holds the key to rallying the unity of a galaxy. Now imagine a fallen hero with darkness descending upon the cosmos. These are the ingredients which make up a cosmic war. So Cosmic Wars is about he was the guardian of a kingdom, and he made it too late, and the leader was killed in a battle, and so he went into exile. So now the king's daughter, Princess Reina, she became the heir to the throne, and she must pretend to protect the kingdom of Crystalia against the same forces that destroyed her father. But she can't do it without Gorf.
Okay.
But her commander, Captain M3, doesn't believe that they need Gorf. He feels that his command and his army are more than capable, and she disagrees. So she goes out and risks her life. She goes with one soldier to go and seek out Gorf, because she needs him for the coming battle. And she goes into a series of dangerous events, trying to find him. So it's pretty cool. So I did Cosmic Wars was done in 3D and hand illustration, and I'll show you a couple of pages.
Well, let me give you the screen, otherwise I can't see them.
Yeah.
So let's bring you in.
Let's see. So I'm gonna give you some cool shots. So like here, this is a double page spread. This is the Kingdom of Crystalia.
Okay.
And so I did it in hand and 3D generated background. So it's a combination, and then I colored it in Photoshop.
That's right. And with the 3D background, you did this in what year? Did you say? How many years ago?
Many moons ago. This was done in, let me see, I'll tell you right now.
It'd been like 04, 05, maybe before that.
2004.
Wow. And what were you building the 3D backgrounds in?
Oh, you want to know everything. So it's
an interview.
Well, number one, it's but also I'm a
Yeah. So no, I had a bunch of things. So I used Bryce 3D Studio Max and Combustion.
Okay.
For the things that I used back then.
Wow.
I used to know all three of those. I could tell you I couldn't get through one of them right now.
Yeah. So you actually get the first issue of issue 0 of Cosmic War PDF. So you'll get a sneak peek of that series that I only did the 2 issues, 3. Well, 0, 1, and 2. And George wants me to finish it, but my plate's full right now.
Now I wonder, will you go back to 3D backgrounds when you finish it?
I would keep it pure. So yes, for that book, yes.
Yeah.
And at that book, I would try to do it in arcs. But the good thing is I'm not illustrating Forbidden. It's done. That's off my plate. The only thing I have to illustrate are There's an Alien on My Toilet, finishing up that series, and Catch Da Crazees.
All right, and let me ask you just quickly about Forbidden. I didn't ask you, what kind of genre would that be? Is it
fantasy?
Fantasy, okay, because Wonder Duck obviously is like sci-fi.
Forbidden's like mature teen fantasy.
Okay.
And Cosmic War sci-fi adventure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I figured with just even the name Cosmic War, sci-fi. No, that's great. I'm a big sci-fi fantasy guy, so your stuffs are like right up my alley.
Yeah.
You guys could tell I got the Lord of the Rings behind me.
Yeah.
All right, so up above. Yeah.
Here's a funny story.
Uh-huh.
Our first ever event at a Comic Con was the Big Apple Comic Con at the New Yorker Hotel.
Yeah.
And this young kid comes over to me and he's like, wow, he was like really interested in Cosmic Wars. He goes, what is it about? I said, well, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to love this and blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize that was the young Boba Fett kid actor.
Oh, that's right.
And George was like, yo, that's the kid from Star Wars?
That's Boba Fett. Like, yeah, that was so funny. Because that was around the time when the movies were coming out and he was just kind of walking around the conventional.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together until I saw him at his table.
I'll be honest. I've met him a bunch of times at shows, and I probably would not have recognized him either. And this isn't anything against him, but it's like you see so many people just walking around shows that, especially when you do something like the Big Apple or those shows you're a regular at, all the faces tend to be a lot of the same, and they just kind of blend in together. And it's like you have to have that one thing that makes them stand out. That you're like, oh yes, I remember you. And but yeah, I don't know if I'd remember. So but yeah, no, this is looking cool. Just getting back to this here. You got some more. So I would hit play on these, but obviously you guys can't hear them. So,
but those are basically the drawing tutorials that I do. Maybe like that was the animated trailer, the boom on the bottom. Yeah, so a lot of it's just the drawing stuff,
Yeah.
just so people can see the behind the scenes stuff.
I love the bus.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's great.
That bus, you'll see that bus in issue 3.
Yes.
Okay. And then the risks and challenge. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I mean, luckily the risks and challenges. I know sometimes people are like, "Man, am I going to get my book? When am I going to get my book?" We during the first Kickstarter, we were actually able to finish that book before schedule. So originally the date for that Kickstarter was for everything to be to get to people by February, and we were able to get it done by the end of December, and the T-shirt rewards came in like around the beginning of January.
oh, that's
So
great.
we were able to get a lot of this stuff done, and I gotta give props to JC Grande, the artist. He's very fast. He's a very fast artist. So when our first Kickstarter, we originally had the artist who was doing these guys. When he couldn't do it, Sam scrambled to get this JC to do the book, and JC finished it like that. So
48-hour marathon.
Yeah, so we were able to get that book out sooner. This book also, just this Saturday, I finished lettering it, and we're just waiting for the I guess for just the $250 reward where the writer is writing the one pager, and then just to finish up the thank you page to get it pretty much finished and send it off to the printer. So that I know we have a release date of April 21st for some of the stuff to get to people. I think we're going to beat that as well. So
yeah. I feel confident
Yeah.
about that. We did a great job getting everybody. 80% of everybody in December got their stuff. And then we waited on the shirts, and the shirts, those people who got the shirts, they got it around January.
Yeah.
So we still were way ahead of our timeline of, I think it was February or March. Yeah, so February. So everybody got it way before. So except for one got returned back to me, so we got to find a way to get it. Got sent back to me twice.
Yeah.
The same guy.
Omar Solis, if you're watching this, my brother, we have you. It just keeps getting bounced back to us for some reason. I don't know if
They say they can't find you or your address. I don't know if you're hiding from NSA or the IRS, but twice.
Yeah, it's been sent back. And so and if anybody's watching this who pledged to the first one and you haven't received anything, let us know so that we can get that rectified.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. I mean, I'm just sorry. I'm still fascinated by the work. I'm paying attention to what you guys say. Don't worry. It's it's what it really does it for me, like especially on something like this, the coloring where you have this airbrushed, look to it. It really helps these characters pop.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sorry, Sam. Was this you coloring, or was this
those characters with the stars?
Yeah,
that's me. And the pinup, everything was me.
All right, cool. I like this a lot. This stuff is great. I mean, number one, already 240. Let me refresh. Maybe you guys got more money.
No, not yet. I'm looking.
You're looking.
I already refreshed.
I know. I'm sure this is something you're going to like a dozen times a day.
Oh man, forget about it.
Where is it in my back? Why haven't I unlocked my last goal?
So should I sing the song, George?
Go ahead, go for it.
This is me asking for money song. It's so when I was a kid in elementary school, they used to sing it. So Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you don't have a penny, a half a penny would do. If you don't have a half a penny, God bless you. Welcome to the world of the crazy man.
Yeah. This is like it's good stuff. I'm thrilled that you guys are on and showing this, to everyone, because more people need to know about this type of stuff coming out. Let me ask you: you have a lot of PDFs in your rewards, which I think is great. I think digital comics, I'm not saying is the way to go. I'm an old school guy. I like to read stuff in my hand.
I do too,
but I'm not anti digital comics. I'm getting ready in this summer to fall to launch a web comic before I collect it with some other stuff. And so I'm not anti any of that stuff. But was there a reason that you guys chose to do a lot of digital rewards as opposed to more print?
I think the digital, the bonuses was getting a catalog of our digital copies of the stuff that we have done throughout the years.
Yeah.
But the once you get to, I think, $20 and up, you're getting physical copies of the CRAZEES. So the primary focus is the CRAZEES.
Yeah.
The bonus is all the other stuff. I think once we break, I forgot where we are with it. You get the marker, the token. So
that's a 3250. Also with the PDFs, Mike, it's just you'll get stuff sooner. So like if you're waiting for something to get printed, you don't know if it's going to get to us on time. We're not sure how many of them we're going to need. So with the PDF, it's as simple as just sending you an email and saying, "Hey, check out the PDF is ready to go." Doesn't mean that these properties won't see the light of day, but some of these are out of print. Some of these haven't been printed since, like Sam's, for example, since 05. The Wonder Duck, you can only get it as a graphic novel. So this is a good way to get like a sneak peek into if you want to pick up the rest of the stuff. So Wonder Duck isn't printed in single issues. So yeah, you're getting something that's either out of print or just doesn't come that way. So
now with distribution for the print besides the Kickstarter, are you guys looking? I mean, the people who did the Kickstarter, are you looking to get into stores, or what's your final outcome or goal with the printed copies? Are you what are you looking to do?
So, all you independent comic book publishers out there, we're looking for a home. That's primary, right? So Behemoth, Image, Boom. We're looking for a home. So we're looking, hopefully, to get somebody to distribute it for us. Worst case scenario, we're going to have it on Comixology. We'll have it on Indie Planet, on Print on Demand service. So that way you can get the physical copies whenever you want. I think when we get to the collected edition, the trade paperback, the goal is to get it into traditional stores. We'll get an ISBN and a barcode. So that Kickstarter is going to be paying for that. And then find a distributor printer on demand that can just basically take the orders from these retailers and just send us our check. They print it, they ship it, and we just get our cut.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. I don't want to be an independent publisher. We just want to be content creators. It's just too challenging. Too many things you have too many hats you have to juggle. And when you don't have divisions to be able to handle those things, and accounting division and all that stuff, and you're doing everything, I don't want that. I just want to create.
I know. I'm in the process of getting a barcode right now and ISBN number. I'm probably going to purchase it this week. Just the prices that you're looking at on the website for two barcodes, like 5 or 10 ISBN numbers, and it's you're paying close to $400.
Yep.
And I finished a children's book back in November. I still haven't released it because I want to get it in stores, and without that barcode and ISBN, you can't do it. And like I said, I'm close to being the brokerpreneur there, and it's like I have to wait around, and I finally am able to do it. I just got to sit down and But I think number one, Sam, you should coin that phrase, copyrighted, trademark it, make some money on it.
Preneur t-shirts coming soon.
So you guys, I think we're gonna wrap up in a moment. I think we have a lot of great stuff here. I want to just let people know, first of all, follow Catch the Craze everywhere you can, Facebook, YouTube. Go to their Kickstarter after this, watch the video with sound, and donate. Okay, because this is really, really fantastic. Before I hopefully you guys can hang out backstage for a few minutes. I just like to talk to you off the air real quick. But before I let you guys go, is there anything you want to say to the audience?
Just help us, increase the amount that we're getting. It'll help with the with the printing and all of these other things that we want to get done for the Kickstarter. So and thanks to everybody who already has.
Show me the money. So help me, help you.
Help me.
So support independent creators. This is a story about indie comic buddies turned podcasters, turn to the supernatural, and things just start acting crazy. It is not your superhero book, and this is just a fun, nerdy. You can geek out on this and laugh because you will relate. If you have attended Comic Cons, if you were an independent creator, you will relate to this story and you'll have a good time.
That's fantastic. Well, before I let you guys go, I just want to say, number one, thank you for coming on and sharing all this with us. I also want to say thank you guys for being creators, because without people like you, you know, we don't have stories to share, you know, and I think being a creator, whether you're doing, you know, comics, music, whatever it is, you're providing a service out there to people to help, you know, escape, you know, whatever their problems are, or just reality, whatever they need, that few minutes, even if it's, you know, you listen to a song for 3 minutes, you read a comic for 5, whatever it is, you know, I'm glad there are people out there like you doing this stuff. So thank you for being those type of guys out there.
Yeah. And Michael, thank you to you, man, for doing this, for just putting this show together just for us.
Oh.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime. I'm always happy to promote things
Thank
that I'm you know, proud to see out there, and I think people should be, you know, checking out. You know, that's the goal of Get in Tune. My interviews is to share with the world, you know, things that they wouldn't normally be aware of. There's so many people, you know, if you mention comics, everyone thinks superheroes.
Yep.
But there's so many great books out there. You know, animations, whatever it is, done by these indie creators that are entertaining and either just as good or not, or if not even better than what the mainstream is putting out. You know, I mean, I'll always love Superman, but, you know, I don't always want to read Superman. I want, you know, I mean, you guys know me. I'm a strip guy over a book guy. I'd rather read Calvin and Hobbes or Peanuts some days, you know, and I'll be entertained by that. And I named 2 big comic strips, but, you know, I have friends that are strip artists. I just had Tim, you know, my friend Tim on, who does Sour Grapes, that not many people know about, but it's a fantastic strip out there. Very funny. You guys, you know, I think everyone should be checking things out like that. There's so many good things, so many things that I don't even know about, that I'm constantly searching the web for and looking for content that's great. And I'm happy, number one, that I know you guys, that I can be like, oh, I know these guys put out good stuff, so let me bring you on. But if I didn't know you and I found you, I would have just been like, you guys have to come on, because this product is something people need.
Thank you, man.
Mike,
you know,
what was that behind you?
What?
Just be careful, because we don't know where they are, and the crazies are everywhere, and we need to catch them. Just saying,
dude. You know what? Next time you do this, I'll have to have a green screen behind. We have to have an animation. Do some animation behind us. You know, that could always be fun. So, you guys, I'm gonna drop you backstage. Thanks again for coming on. All right.
Let me just move my dog.
All right, guys. I want to thank everyone for coming on tonight and checking out. I got to thank Sam and George for coming on. Sorry, I just want to. I'm going to my phone right now to get the name proper. I always am bad with names. So tomorrow, my normal Get in Tune show, the normal time slot, I'm going to have Arnie Leibovit, who is the director and producer of Puppet Toon. Puppet Toon is the work of George Powell, who was an amazing stop motion animator back in the days. He was also Oscar winner. He directed War of the Worlds, I believe. No, not War of the Worlds. Time Machine. Sorry. And so many great stuff behind him. So stop by tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. I'll have Arnie on. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in. Make sure you check out Catch the Craze on YouTube, Facebook, anywhere you can. Go to their Kickstarter and donate and watch the video with sound. All right, guys. So thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow night. All right. Bye, guys.